Hello, folks. Welcome to GAC. We're doing the recording it and then playing back and blah, 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 blah. So, here's our opponent. Got, Emo Boy, Kenobi, Rey. He's got, looks like everybody except Leia. Relic 9 Malik, but only a Relic 7 Revan. 9.6 million GP. 5-star Profundity. 7-star Executor. And no Leviathan. So, that's who we're facing. The Emperor. I bet he likes pot. So, let's take a look at what we got. We're just going right into Lord Vader. I think I already looked. That's why I'm running so quickly here. So we're going to try Fennec against Lord Vader. This has not been working well for me, folks. I don't know what it is, but my Fennec... My assumption is I'm not playing it right. But I'm not sure. I'm also facing nastier... nastier malls. That was it took me a minute to figure out who the hell was getting smacked. But I thought it would be okay because it's only a Relic 3 Royal Guard. I was like, well, that's, nothing special. Okay, that's mistake number 1. I shouldn't have gone for... Oh, he's only Relic 5. I shouldn't have gone for Vader there to fracture him. I should have either... Or, armor shred. I should have armor shredded the guard. And there he goes, and now everything's going to start going unpleasantly. So we protect our tank, and I try to get rid of Vader, because that's what I was wanting to avoid. I didn't want him to do the round robin. And, do I put on Fennec? No, I did not put it on Fennec, which was also a mistake. But there we go. Red Guard's down, which was probably also a mistake. I probably should have just annihilated Vader there. Because there goes, and everything's falling apart. Okay, well, I just pulled the game up on my phone and saw the final score. And so I was sitting here trying to decide what I wanted to do, if I wanted to time out or not, and I just said, screw it, let's not time out. So, we go back to Lord Vader. We go back to Lord Vader. And I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. Because I'm not really sure what the proper cleanup for a Lord Vader is. That's what I'm trying to figure out. And I eventually just say, screw it, we'll do it this way. I'll just get the more or less guaranteed cleanup. And I'm looking and trying to decide, because I'm wanting to keep Thrawn in my back pocket. I was like, Hellsteel and Defense, we'll do that. So I'm wanting to keep Thrawn in my back pocket, so that's why we leave Thrawn behind. I don't know, I don't remember if I actually used Thrawn or not, but I'm like, he's got no tanks. We should be able to do this with just these 4. And so now it's just kind of the standard. Farting around. And I figure, let's put an armor shred on Vader. Why not? Not sure why I went whole hog on Vader instead of dropping Darth Vader or Piet would have been much smarter. But I think my goal was, I was thinking, you know, I'll just drop Lord Vader and then cleanup will be super easy. But that plan was kind of stupid. Because there he goes, and so now he's getting mastery from those two chuckleheads. And it's like, you know, why didn't I just drop them? Why did I do it this way? I don't know what I was thinking. I was distracted. It's been a week. Also, while I'm at it, there may not be a video for the final week of GAC. I've got to, you know, normally I record the Wednesday fight. I've got to work on Wednesday, and then I'm going on a trip that weekend, so I don't think I'm going to have an opportunity to record any of my fights. I don't have a problem playing GAC at work, but recording while at work, that's a different story. So probably aren't going to have one, I'm afraid. And with Nox currently being inoperable, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do roster reviews anymore. I'm going to have to think about that. But there we go, 44 banners. And then I think we go for bugs, and something really weird happens. Yep. Alright, so I decide to take Jawas against bugs, because Jawas usually works, and if it doesn't, you know, you break up the team. But I'm not sure what happens here. Which is why I wanted to watch this. Alright, so there we go. Everybody's got that, so we shoot. He doesn't counterattack. Okay, that's what happened. So they killed the scavenger first, so no bombs, so they just delete the team. Alright, that's what I thought happened, but it happened so quickly, as you can see, I wasn't sure what was going on. And at that point, I was annoyed and frustrated. So I think I just went hard on this team and was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm bringing in Dr. Aphra. So Dr. Aphra can certainly take out this team. This is really kind of overkill. And torture and shoot. And smack everybody. And then it's just like, oh, well, okay. And then he dodged. Well, what the hell is that? So, AoE. Throw for 495,000 damage. So, yeah, Aphra just melts the bugs. Heinous overkill, but, you know, whatever. And I'm looking at this, and I'm looking, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah. Got the Wampa. And this actually did not go as well as I expected. Partially because of this. I should have just dropped Captain Han. But then ROLO exploded. But yeah, Leia's hitting surprisingly hard. So I just smack them around, because my goal is to recover some protection, but I don't. So, but I'll take the 68. And then... bam. What to use on BAM? So I'm scrolling and I'm thinking. 'Cause I can kind of remember what's up north. There's a Kenobi. There's a General Grievous. And I wasn't happy with bounty hunters, so I decided to just bring troopers. I figured troopers should be a safe pick. You know, I don't care how fast his Queel is, he's not going to beat my Piet. So I'll punch you into the face, and he goes instant poop stance. I should have just shot him, but, you know, it worked out. And we punch Lando. 36 a shot. Wow. And he's hitting 4 times. And 31, you know, so that's 120,000, 150,000. Yep. Well, my cat says hi. So we open up the back row, we take a look, and it's like, oh, that's not too bad. Let's go up top. So, Kenobi. And, you know, it's Kenobi. I'm going to do this in my sleep. And I think I was looking for... What was going on there was I was looking for the Wookiee icon. What I'm doing here is I'm seeing... I didn't remember how his Omicron worked. I didn't know if turning all of his protection into health would cripple the Omicron, and it doesn't. But what's going on here... Okay, we can't see my mouse. Is I'm looking for this Wookiee symbol and not looking at this, and because I've got 2 Wookiee Datacrons. This level 9 one, that's the stun one. So where a Wookiee uses a special ability, they stun. Irresistible stun. And I wasn't thinking, so I think I took the grit. No, I didn't take the grit, Karan. Alright, well, whatever. Okay. So this is Kenobi. It's, I mean, what can you say? It's Kenobi. With a cat that's really slow. Yeah, we're at 70% already. Before I got Cursed Santon back. There we go. I mean, it's a Grand Arena Kenobi team, so there's no gas. So that makes it a lot easier. I mean, Padme can put a monkey wrench in things, but not that big a one. And even though she is Relic 8, which is, actually I didn't notice that till now, kind of impressive. We're just doing way too much damage. Could have kicked there too, but... And, you know, Relic 5 snips is nothing, as you can see. What I'm doing here is I'm saving the ultimate for healing. And she's got buff immunity, so she couldn't get the what's it up. So now we just need to drop a Relic 7 Kenobi. And that's why I decided to go ahead and do this, because I figure it's close enough. We get the healing, we get the fracture. I mean, the damage isn't great, but we get the fracture, and then with mass assists and everything, I'm like, yeah, we should be able to carve them up pretty quick. You know, Chrysanthemum's got some protection up. Everyone's got some protection up. Don't want to use the special because he had foresight. You don't want to... he wouldn't get the buff immunity. It would just be a waste. I think he still gets the thermals, but he doesn't get the buff immunity. And then we just need to finish him off. You know, he keeps smacking around, but he's not popping through. And then 46,000, and then... yeah. So there we go. Full banners. Everyone's like, why would you leave Jabba on defense? It's like, why would you... Or why wouldn't you leave Jabba on defense? Why would you? You know, I can't do a Kenobi mirror. Oh, and here we go. Nightsisters. And I've got 2 Nightsister things for another week or so. It's like, yeah, I prefer having Jabba on offense because he makes quick and easy work against Kenobi. A lot of people like to leave Kenobi on defense as a impenetrable wall. You know, Kenobi's there, you can't get through him. It's like, well, I disagree. Jabba just carves him up pretty much any loadout. And there's not much to say here. It's Nightsisters versus Grievous team. I mean, this Nightsisters chew up Grievous as is, but even more so when you've got Merrin bouncing around. And that's gonna... Okay, that's Newt's first death. And Grievous just melts himself. So right now we're just trying to heal up a little bit, but it didn't quite work. But 64 banners, so we only dropped 1. It's not too bad. And then we've got 5 teams left. So we got clones, and the easiest way to take out clones... Okay, so as you see, Commander Luke Skywalker is now Relic 7. Partially... because I'm slowly working on Leia, and also because it's high time that I made him Relic 7, for God's sake. But that was me scrolling down to CLS before remembering that, no, he's going to be towards the top now because he got 2 more Relic levels. So he was Relic 5 for the longest time. But, yeah, so we just completely deleted Shaak. Oh, we got the stun Kron over here. Okay. And then just, yeah, it's... Yeah, melted. Dropped a couple banners, but... Yeah, just melted the team. And now we've got a bad bounty hunter team. So I decided to take Hondo, and this is overkill. This is also when I realized that I had a ton of Datacrons I hadn't used. So it's just, put something on. And I decided to put Boba Fett in timeout because I didn't want him messing everything up. Because he can ignore taunt, and if he rockets, that's the end of it for a unit. Vandor won't save him. And right now, Mando is stuck targeting. Mando is also dead, but Mando was stuck targeting, so was stuck following the taunt because he lost Bounty Hunter's Resolve or whatever that is. So I was less worried about him. Also, I'm pretty sure that young Lando is the weakest. Now they lose all their bones, and Grief just explodes. Go for the stun. Yeah. Drop him. 63 banners. Not bad. Again, horrible, horrible overkill. So, Mon Mothma. backing out to see what we have, because we've got 3 GLs and 3 teams left. And they're not particularly scary teams. So it's like, I'll just have Matt solo this one. Because, I mean, it's not an especially good Mon Mothma team in the first place. So there's no real reason not to just run Kylo. Even though he's taking an embarrassing amount of damage. And this is just frickin' bigs. So I'm like, okay, poke. 127 to the face that you can't dodge. Go away. And then, yeah, there goes. Churret, 68 banners. And then we've got... oh, Phasma. I was torn on Phasma. So we got a lot of firepower left over. And I'm sitting there looking at C, and I'm trying to think, do I want to add Watt? Watt's just going to die, and I'm trying to recover banners. So I'm like, if C can't solo this team, I give up. So we want to mark Fox, because we don't want you critting, because you hit way too hard. And I figure, well, we'll mark the guy with the Omicron. Kind of spreading the love. Now everybody's deceived. And look at that, we're already in alt. And Zot. It's like, oh, you survived. Bye-bye. 68 banners again. So all that's left is Luke, and I am not confident enough in Luke to solo the team. I decide I'll take Luke and Luke. Figure between the two of them, we got this. And it's really just blasting everybody into oblivion. Yeah, you get the attacks out of turn, that screw with their turn meter. Gonna call, but nope. Flatten Greedo, and flatten Embo, and smack you in the face, and goodbye. 68 banners, which is, you know, what the solos got, so I can't complain. And now ships. And nothing too special on ships, so let's get to work. Take out the Executor with the Profundity, as per usual. And we take a moment to make sure I've got the correct ships, because I've had far too many fights where I brought the wrong ships in. It's always worked out, but we don't want to do that. And so, here's the question. I was like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. We're doing this, huh? And then I just delete it. Oh, okay. That works. We didn't get nearly as many assists as I would have liked against Houndstooth, but, you know, yeah. Yeah, we're not, the assists are not going in our favor on this fight so far. We're not getting as many as I would like, and I started getting a little anxious. I mean, not extremely, but I was getting a little anxious. That was okay. So then we start working on Slave 1, as you do. Go away. I'm sorry, Boba Fett's ship. And didn't do nearly as much damage as I hoped. There we go. IG's gone, supercomputer, and now we just start carving everything up. Waiting for my ship to take a turn. There it is. There's the runaway. Executor's gone, and now it's just cleanup. As long as they don't get through protection, especially now that I've healed, but as long as they don't get through protection, we should be able to top up off crits. Which at least is the plan. So Houndstooth's gone. And just shoot. I don't need the other thing. And there we go. 71 banners. So, right. Negotiator. Standard 4-ship loadout. I mean, it's Executor versus Negotiator. There's nothing too spicy here. Oh, goodness. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright. Don't worry, I'll share in a minute. So, yeah, we're just, this could have been played better on my part. That was me trying to have Slave 1 target Umbarian so that I could open with the seismic charge, but it didn't work out. No big. There we go. Contract. And so it's all over but the crying. I can't believe the Y-Wing survived that. Get some healing, and then immediately an AoE. And in comes Plo, which does nothing. And we can't actually call any assist because everyone was frickin' dazed. And so, just for that, I blow up Kenobi. And since we have a 7-star Executor, everyone gets stunned, and it's a real easy cleanup. For 74 banners. And all that's left is Finalizer. So we bring Malevolence. Standard loadout. Finalizer fights are always weird because of the turn meter goofiness. Well, the speed of the Finalizer, plus it's just weird. I decided to do the debuff move or the healing move to cleanse Sunfac, because I thought that might be a good idea. And we miss killing the shuttle. He brings in a bomber. It's like, thanks. So, main tank's gone. I decide I don't need to bring in Spy. But I'm just trying to take out other stuff, and there goes Sunfac. So we put the bomb on him. Then I realized that I could be targeting Silencer. And it's like, well, why wasn't I doing that in the first place? And there goes a fake droid, so whatever. So we pull in the spy, and they get a turn, and everything goes all screwy because of how the stuff works, but we're still, yeah, done. 69. Not, Malevolence is rarely clean, but... So there's our final score, 18-16. Unfortunately, we lost. They got 18-22. They one-shot every ground unit, and as you can see on the image there, we've got Sortie, Gas, Darth Maul, and Qui-Gon Jinn showing. The Sortie team has Relic 3 Lobot. I'll have to see how that actually does. I don't think it's gotten any holds. The only hold that we got was, unsurprisingly, in the ship zone, my Leviathan got a hold. He probably thought that I was just planning on having Leviathan do all the heavy lifting, and that's not true. The sad thing is we lost by 6 banners. So, had that fight against bugs not gone so disastrously wrong, we would have won. You know, even if I only had 1 Jawa left, we would have won. Or if I had just used Dr. Aphra in the first place. So yes, we ended up losing by 6 banners, which is really just embarrassing. We dropped 2 fights. Probably shouldn't have dropped either one, if I'm being totally honest with myself. So that's unfortunate. But we're going to go and do a very quick roster review. So, as you can see, this is what I'm working on. Yes, I've got Fulcrum up there. I went ahead and added the Omicron to her and Rex. I had 2 Omicrons ready to go. And yes, a smarter person would probably have put them on Reva or given Darth Malgus his other 2 Omicrons. But Reva gets the most bonus out of her leadership, and I do not have functioning Inquisitors. So Reva Omicrons, to me, to my account, are pointless. So we gave it to Fulcrum and Captain Rex. I have heard good things about Captain Rex. Phoenix got steamrolled, but I'm not sure that they're really a defensive team. I'm going to have to see what's going on there. But this is Fulcrum right now. Her arrow is a little bit better, but I got her up to Relic 2. We're going to run her to 3 and then stop. I'm just getting her to 3. I gave her the Omicron to try and help the guild out in territory wars, because the new guild is a casual guild and has lost like the last 800 territory wars. And I want to try it, and I like the character, even though I don't like the graphical rework. Nothing against Rosario Dawson, but I liked the angular animated look that she had more. This looks just like... I'm sorry, Rosario, but you look like someone's aunt cosplaying as Ahsoka Tano. Here we've got Kerjunda. We are still farming her. We're doing 1 refresh on her. It's a long... she's in Tipperary, man. It's a long way. We're just going to get her to 12 and see what we can do on the event. Same with all these guys. Tarful's just going to 12, blah, 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 blah. So we're working on him. He's getting close, at least. Rex is going to eventually have to be Relic 7. But like I said, I have heard good things on Rex with his Omicron at 5 or 6 stars and gear 11, which he's 5 stars, gear 11. It may just be that on defense he doesn't work. It's only an offense team. I don't know. I'll have to do a little bit of research, and if he continues to do absolutely nothing on defense, I can pull them off and put some other team in there while I experiment with Captain Rex. But it would be nice to have another good team. Maybe get some holds. Saw Gerrera, yeah, nobody cares. He doesn't have either of his Zetas. Sorry, Saw, nobody likes you. Everyone was so excited, except me. I never liked you. I always thought the character was kind of an asshat. But yeah, nobody seems particularly impressed with his character. So we're slowly working on Saw. And not much to show on the roster. Like I said, we got Luke up to 7, Relic 7. I don't think anybody else has changed. No, all those guys are the same. So, Journey Guide. Our primary focus is Jedi Cal. But because that is slow farming shards, our side project, kind of, is Leia. We are... Ahsoka Tano is kind of a... We took a quick side detour to get Fulcrum up. But here's our progress on Leia. So Luke is done, I think... Boushh better be done. I don't remember what her requirement is, but Relic 8 had better be high enough for Boushh. I don't think anybody requires 9, so... We need to get R2-D2 up. I think Chupio is done. Rolo needs to be, what, Relic 5? And Han needs to be Relic 5, I think, so we need to work on those two. Akbar, we've got to 3, he's done. Lobot's at 3, he's done. And honestly, I was working on Lobot before I even knew that he was a Leia requirement. I was working on him for the sortie team. Because I'd been trying to figure out the 5th for that team. And yeah, he's perfect. Lando at 5, I think that's all the higher he needs to be as well. So we've got to work on Wicket and Chirpa and Nisa, Scout, and Drogon. I'm not focusing too hard because Scout and Drogon aren't even farmable. So I can't even work on them if I wanted to. So that's why I'm not in any great rush. I'm working on Captain Rex because he's a good character. But once we get Fulcrum done, I'll probably start working on R2-D2. I've got everything I need to run R2-D2 up to 8 or 9 or whatever the hell he has to be. You know, I've got the droid brains, I've got the impulse, I've got more arrow magnifiers than God. All I'll need for R2 is signal data. I've got everything else. Because what else are you going to spend the Mark III currency on? Zimbiddles? But I've got that taken care of. So I'll start... Once I get Tano up to Relic 3, I'll start working on more of these guys. At some point, I'll probably start working on Wicket and Chirpa. I'm just not in any... Excuse me. I'm not in any great rush. And... yeah, I think that's it. Let me pull this back. Alright. So, Nisa has 3 shards. Drogon has 20 shards. That is from, for a while there, the web store was having a Princess Leia pack. I got some stuff for Rex from it. And the Nisa shards are probably from that. I can't imagine where else. I don't think I actually farmed her. But those 20 Drogon shards, that's just from packs. I haven't spent any crystals on them. The only other thing that you won't see here, and doesn't affect this week in GAC anyway, but yesterday, day before yesterday I think it was, the Leviathan event came back. That was so the third time the Leviathan's been around. I had just enough crystals that I was able to go from 5 shards, 5 of 85, to 85 of 85. So I now have a 6-star Leviathan. The Leviathan bonus event is pathetically easy, guys. I remember it being a little bumpy. I think I had a couple failures on it, but I did the fight normal 2 or 3 times, and then I just ran it on auto. And I mean, it was an easy win, and auto runs it wrong. Auto pulls the Interceptor in first. And I was running it with an undersized team. I was running it with the Interceptor and the Dorito as your reinforcements. I left the 3rd reinforcement slot empty. And, you know, normally you want to pull in the Dorito and then the Interceptor, because then the Interceptor can just delete a unit. It pulled the Interceptor in first every single time, and the Dorito in second. So, undersized, bad tactics, full auto from the beginning. You know, the ships load in, and I pressed auto. And I did it 4 or 5 times in a row without failure. It's that easy. I mean, the Profundity you got to kind of work at, and Executor you can fail, but yeah, the Leviathan event is stupid easy. I don't know if that's because of the changes making it easier, or if it's just because it's such a hard counter to Profundity, and you don't have a key ship missing. You know, like with Profundity, you don't have the Falcon. Is it the Falcon? Yeah, you don't have the Falcon with Profundity. With Executor, you don't have Xanadu Blood, so both of those you're missing a key ship. With Leviathan, you're not. I mean, it would be like, I guess, if you didn't have Malgus or something, but there isn't any one ship that's critical to the success of the fleet. You just need Sith ships. You might be able to load it up with just any old loadout and win. It's really easy. And by and large, getting the characters up to Relic are worth it. So if you've been on the fence on it, do it. It's worth it. People say it sucks, but it's a good ship. It's pretty dominant in fleets, and it's solid. It's a good defense, especially if you're still facing people that don't have it, either because they just haven't spent the effort, or they didn't get it because it sucks. Anyway, that's all we got. There you go. We lost. It was close, but we lost. And we're working on Jedi Knight Cal. We're slow farming him, and we are slowly working on Leia. We will eventually have her. I probably should gear up Kanan, I guess. Anyway, until next time, folks. Have a good one.